today's session, we're going to be doing some dynamic breath work. Dynamic breath work, you have quite a few different variants of dynamic breath work, and it's really good for getting your energy going and for alkalizing the body. There can be some pretty hardcore dynamic breath work, like Wim Hof does a really good dynamic breath work. And we're actually going to do a little mini version of that in this session, but we'll end with that. At first, we're going to do Kapalabhati breath, and I'm going to talk a little bit about some other type of breath work, and we're going to do a few different ones, just to get into the feel of how that can make you feel, how that can elevate your energy, and so forth. So what happens when we get a lot of oxygen into the body is that we alkaline the body. The cells get a bunch of oxygen, which they sometimes normally don't do if we're not breathing properly and down into our bellies and so forth. And when we do that, then they regenerate and they feel good. Also, it makes your brain work better, like you get more tuned in, more hands-on, more alert, because it can create new pathways in the brain when you do this more like regularly and do it in sessions and really get into doing it properly. But also when you just do it on a day-to-day basis, it's really good for your health, because when your body is properly alkalined, it's really hard for the body to get sick. So it can be really good to do this maybe once a week or something, to do any type of sort of dynamic breath work, or even if you just feel like you need to get your energy levels up, and maybe you have a test that morning or something and you want to get the brain activated and stuff, then you can do a dynamic breath work for that. You can also, I would almost more so suggest the last one we're going to do, where we're going to be holding our breath for a bit and breathing in properly. Yeah, so I like dynamic breath work. I love dynamic breath work, actually. I love all the breath work practices, but they all have different values in them. And I like Kapalabhati for the energy that it gives, and the dynamic breath work for the energy that it kind of gives. So we're going to start then with Kapalabhati. You're going to be needing to sit down for this in lotus position, or perhaps in a chair, with your spine straight up and relaxing your sit bones down. I would suggest sitting on a cushion for this one, just to get your spine up a little bit. And we're going to be, your exhale is going to be a little bit forced from the belly. So you're going to be pushing in your abdominals so that your navel sort of goes in to meet your spine. And that's going to be the exhale, and the inhale is going to be passive. So when you breathe out, and it's going to be just through your nose, everything with Kapalabhati will just do it in and out through the nose. So you're not going to be taking a breath, you're just going to let it flow in because it's passive. So you breathe out, and then you just let the flow of the air around you just come naturally into the body. So it's kind of what it looks like. It can be a bit of a weird feeling if you've never tried it before. It can feel a bit odd, but just give it some time. We're going to do it slowly a few times, and then we can step up the pace a little bit if you want to, or just keep it in your own pace. If you're, like I said, if you're new to this, you need to sort of just do it in your own time. Okay, so start with just closing your eyes and breathing in fully, completely, filling up the body. And releasing through the mouth. Again, in fully. Releasing through the mouth. One more time in fully, putting your hands on your belly to really feel the connection. In fully. Releasing about halfway. And we begin. You can do it faster if you want, or slower. Faster would be like, or slower. As long as you feel it being pushed out by your abdominals. And that is an even pace as you're breathing in and out for this. Big breath in. And just feeling in to the energy that's after that short breath. We're going to do it one more time, but just feel in the energy a little bit before you start back up. Okay. And we begin again. Big breath in and relax out. Putting your hands on your knees, index finger and thumb touch. Feeling in the energy that that practice gave you. This is something that's done in Kundalini yoga. And it's waking up the spine and the energy that goes up and down our spine. Really good. Let's move on. Okay, so sighing and yawning are amazing. You know how we tend to, most of us anyway, especially women, but when we yawn, we're like, you try and stifle the yawn, you try and push it in and not let it come out. You don't want to, it's like kind of known to be impolite or whatever. But it's actually such a natural, beautiful flow of energy that's being released that when you stifle it and don't let it out, it'll be stuck in your body. So it's actually very, very important to let the yawn out as it comes. I know that, some of us, I know I was completely told off hugely by a teacher when I was a teenager for yawning. I couldn't stop yawning in class. He totally had a go at me. I was like, oh my God, I better not yawn again. But perhaps just like putting your hands over your mouth is enough. But even that, like, say you're not in class, you're not in a place where it seems rude to do it for whatever reason, then I think you should really let it out. I mean, if you see these lions, and they like open their mouth and they're like, their yawns are so massive, and that's a huge release of energy, stagnant energy that they're just releasing, and it's super important. So when you yawn, really let yourself yawn completely. And I'd like now for you to start by just like you're bringing out a yawn deliberately and really stretching your arms and yawning immensely, like properly, and out with your arms and just really yawning. Okay, so when you're ready, just yawn. It felt like really yawning myself there just by talking about yawning. You know how, like, if you yawn, give yourself a good stretch. When somebody else is yawning, it often means that those mirror neurons in your brain are very active, and that's what brings on sympathy and empathy and things. So it probably means that you can understand more how people feel if you're one of those people that tend to yawn a lot when other people yawn. They say it's contagious, and it certainly is. And sighing is also a form of that release of stagnant energy. So I'd like you now as well just to take a big breath in and just sighing it out. So this is super healthy. You can stand up for this or sit down, but just breathe in together with me. Arms up if you want. I don't know, I just felt like doing it. And sighing it out. Again, a big breath in. Sighing it out. Eyes open or closed. Big breath in. Sighing it out. And now I want you to do a big breath in and sighing it out with a sound. So make a sound as you're exhaling. So breathe in and sighing it out. And in again. I know it can seem a bit silly, but in again. Out, making a noise. Breathe in. Making a noise. Breathe in and out. And breathe in, making noises. It's such a beautiful release of energy. We're just going to do one more tiny practice that's called lion's breath. We do this in yoga and breath work. And it's really kind of just a fun thing to do. You could do it with your kids, with your pals, your mates, your friends, your family, whatever. But it's quite funny. It makes people laugh as well. And laughing, as you know, is also an amazing form of positive energy that gets in your body. And also the form of laughing is also a form of purging. So you're getting rid of bad energy there too. It's just all in all so good, these kind of releases. So with lion's breath, we breathe in fully, and then when we breathe out on a sigh, we stick out our tongues. And, you know, think about the lion again. That's kind of how it feels. So breathe in. And then when you breathe out and tongue out, try and, like, with your eyes closed or open, try and gaze up at your third eye. So it's going to look really silly, so I'm warning you, but it's really fun. So breathe in. That's what it looks like. So together with me, let's do it 5 times in a row. And eyes opened or closed. And breathe in. Releasing. 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 This really is good for also getting, like, freeing up the throat chakra. So it's so good. So just, like, have fun with this. I do this in the mornings. I usually will do maybe 3 to 5 big yawns. I'll breathe in so much, and then I'll just get rid of the absolute last breath I have in my belly, and I'll just push it out, but I'll do it with a lion's breath, you know, so I'll be like really pulling out the old and then in with the new energy of the day. So that's just really amazing. We're going to move on now to some really cool dynamic breath work where we're going to be breathing in quite, like, really heavy, like really slow as much as you can, and then just releasing. And then we're going to do that for like 3 minutes. Then I'm going to ask you to hold your breath. We're going to hold our breath first for like 30 seconds. Then we're going to breathe in like that again. And we're going to hold our breath for 1 minute. And we're going to do it again, and then 1.5 minutes. Now, it can seem a lot to people, but our lung capacities are different for everyone. So, but when you breathe in so much oxygen, you have so much oxygen in your body, in your cells, there's no need for you to breathe. You can like pretty easily hold your breath for that amount of time. But if you're not used to it, it can feel a bit daunting. So listen to your body. Also, when you're breathing in for the 3 minutes, if you feel like you're getting dizzy, just calm down the breath a little bit and listen to your body. I don't want you fainting or anything, but just know that the worst thing that could happen is that you would faint and you'd just breathe normally again. But just listen to your body. If you feel like you get too woozy, then just calm down the breath. I would suggest lying down for this, but you can absolutely sit up in lotus position like I am right now as well. Often when people do this kind of practice, it can bring up memories or stagnant energies that are stuck in your body. So I've done this kind of thing, and I've started to cry like out of nowhere. I've just felt this sadness come up. And if it does, release it. Let yourself feel what you feel, see it, and embrace it as if it's your inner child that you are looking after, that you are, put your arms around this inner child that's wanting to be heard or seen, or, you know, just love it. And, you know, and then release it. Say, it's okay now. You're not alone, and I've got you. A few safety precautions. If you should probably avoid doing this kind of practice if you are pregnant, if you have any bad like heart conditions, you've had like a heart attack, or you have problems with your heart generally, then speak to your doctor first. If you're on a lot of medications, like heavy medications, be careful with that. If you suffer frequently from panic attacks and anxiety attacks, then also I would speak to I would advise you to speak to your doctor first. If you are unsure in any way, shape or form, then speak to your doctor first, because it can be a little bit intense. But for most of us, it's absolutely fine. I'll put in all the conditions in the video. So just in case, then you want to check, oh, should I talk to my doctor first? Like, just check out. I'll put like a list and you can check, but it should be fine. It shouldn't be any problems. I actually normally will hold my breath for 2.5 to 3 minutes even, but I tend to also breathe quite heavily for 5 minutes at that time. But okay, let's get started. I'd lie down or sit up and get comfortable, maybe get a blanket, and you know, because I can tend to get a little bit cold when I do this for some reason, and I've heard other people too getting cold. I'm just going to bring up the timer so I don't make you hold your breath in for 20 minutes or something. You're like, can I breathe soon, Heidi? Yeah, just a minute. Okay, so get yourselves comfortable. Breathing in fully. I'm not gonna tell you to breathe in or out here. I just want you to breathe in and out as you feel fit yourself. I'll just be breathing myself as well, just calmly here and sending out healing to you. And so just breathe in as much as you can. It can look a bit like this. And just let the breath out. Don't force it out. Just let it out naturally. So releasing would be like just relaxing your stomach muscles and everything, and just releasing. So breathe in. You know, and in and out at a pace that's constant. And you can breathe in through your nose or mouth. Actually, when I've done it the last few times, I did a neurodynamic breath work not too long ago, and I was told then to just breathe in through my mouth to really get it in. So it would be like so whatever you feel is best for you, but as long as you feel it coming in and out without any pausing. And like I said, if you feel like you're getting way too dizzy, then just calm the breath down. I'll talk you through it. I'll be talking a little bit throughout. This anyway. So when you're ready, and start breathing. Filling up the body completely, eyes closed, and just releasing without trying, just relaxing the body, and then breathing in again. You may start feeling as well once you've been breathing like this for a little while, that you get tingling in your hands or feet. If it gets, sometimes you may even get like a little bit of cramps in your hands. It's nothing dangerous. It just means that this stagnant energy is coming up to the surface to be released. And if it does, just start breathing slowly, like longer exhales, just really slowing down the breath and letting yourself in. But it should be okay, because this is just a very mild version of this type of breath work. So, and if it's something that you want to continue doing, then I suggest you, I can actually give you a link to a breath work practitioner that I've done with the neurodynamic breath work, and it's very beautiful. So just breathing in and becoming aware of your body. You're doing really well. Just filling up your body with the light and releasing just on a relaxing the body. And the pace of the breath is up to you if you want to do it faster or slowly. Just try and keep it even. Last breath in and hold. Letting out the last exhale as well, by the way. So just relaxing the body now. And holding your breath. And breathe in. And start breathing in really as far as you can go again, and just as you did before, breathe in as far as you can, and then releasing, just relaxing the body in. And for the next round, we're going to try and hold our breath for 1 minute. Continue breathing in as deep as you can go and releasing. Really good. Just trying to get out of your head and into the body, into your heart. You're alkalizing the body as you do this. I always visualize my cells like renewing and rejoicing and being healthy and well, and being able to release things that no longer serve. Last breath in, release and hold. Moving into your heart, just listen to your heart and feel the energy in your body. I sometimes like to feel the energy surrounding my hands, my stomach, my heart. So wherever you feel is good, and just slowing down the heartbeats, knowing that you're safe and held. Doing really well, not long to go now at all, so just letting yourself fall into this beautiful moment. 10 seconds. And breathe in. And continue on breathing like you did before, heavily into the body and releasing by relaxing. And in this last round, we're going to attempt to hold our breath for 1.5 minutes. I think that most of you probably felt that the second round with 1 minute was actually not too hard. You think it's going to be really hard, but remember that it's the brain that tells you, and then you believe it. But if you believe that you're capable of anything, then you know you've got this. Trust in your body. But also, whenever you feel like you need to breathe again, then go ahead and breathe. I'm sending out a bunch of love to you now, because I was closing my eyes and I saw green, which is the heart chakra color. It's the color of love. You would think it's pink and stuff, but the heart chakra color is green. So just really hope you felt that in your heart as I did. Right. Last big breath in, release, and hold your breath. Really going into the energy of the body, becoming so aware of your heartbeats. Very good. Soaking up the present moment, where your soul always wants you to be. You're doing amazing. Your body doesn't need the oxygen yet. It's had loads. You're past 1 minute, by the way. You're nearly there. So just enjoy this moment. My favorite part of this is actually when I'm holding my breath, because I'm so in the moment. And breathe in. And now just keeping your eyes closed and breathing beautifully like you normally would. Just keeping your eyes closed, laying down or sitting up, and feeling in the energy. You may hear ringing in your ears or sensations in the body. It's all natural and beautiful. Just take it in. This releases serotonin, DMT, dopamine. All the feel-good chemicals in your brain are naturally released whilst doing this, which is why you'll probably feel quite good after having done this. I'm going to leave some music on, and I want you to just lie down for the following few minutes, just soaking up this new energy and the feelings in your body, in your mind, spirit, heart. When you're ready, you can start wiggling your toes and your fingers. And when you're ready, open your eyes gently, calmly, sitting up, or if you're already sitting up, then just opening your eyes. So for a little homework that I'd like you to do for the rest of the week is each evening, right before you go to bed, take 3 big, deep breaths and say out loud, I am forgiven. And just put your hands on your heart and breathe in again. I am forgiven. Breathe in again. I am forgiven. This might seem strange if you feel like, well, I have nothing to be forgiven for, but we all carry some form of guilt towards ourselves or someone else. And as we are all connected, as we are all are one, as you know, I am source energy, you are source energy. When I look at you, you are me. I am you and you are me. I know that sounds really heavy or really deep, but that's sort of what it is. And even when you go into, the physics of it, then you find the evidence right there. Like most of our bodies are basically, we're mostly air. There's the space between our smallest little neuron or whatever, the distance to the next one, it's like humongous. So we are mainly air. So it makes you think or understand that we're sort of an illusion, or perhaps having a dream, you know, and maybe we're to wake up eventually. When we die, we wake up, and so forth. But that's what I'd like you to do anyway for the homework, to really feel into your body and say it out loud. It just makes, when you say things out loud, it makes the brain take it in a different manner than to when you just think it. So say it out loud and breathe in deeply, and really on a sigh, let it out. You know, I am forgiven, you know, really believe it. So have a beautiful, beautiful day. Loads of love to you. Namaste.